This video is about Supergirl versus Power Girl versus Starfire, who are all alien female superheroes published by DC Comics. After this introduction image, a chronological series of comic covers featuring them is presented, starting with the first comic cover that I believe that they each appeared on, and then covers they appeared on from 2000 on through 2025 cover dates. By presenting all of the covers in chronological order, the viewer can see how each of these female superheroes has changed over time and in contrast to each other over time. While the covers go by, information, including origin information, is provided about all three, but is not intended to correspond to the specific cover being shown. In the near future, do you want a live-action movie made about all three of these female superheroes together, either in conflict with each other or in conflict with a common enemy? If so, are there any actresses that you want involved, and as which character? Do you want one or more co-stars, such as Batgirl, Batman, Black Canary, Catwoman, Flash, Harley Quinn, Huntress, Wonder Woman, or Zatanna? There was a Supergirl movie in 1984 with Helen Slater starring as Supergirl, and Sasha Calle played Supergirl in the 2023 The Flash movie. Supergirl has also been on TV, notably with Laura Vandervoort playing her in the 7th season of Smallville, and Melissa Benoist playing her in the Supergirl TV show that started in 2015. In January 2024, Millie Alcock was cast in the role of Supergirl and is set to debut in the upcoming Superman movie before her solo standalone movie set in the DC Universe, which is to derive significantly from the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow 2021 to 2022 miniseries by writer Tom King and artist Bilquis Evely. Supergirl, also known as Kara Zor-El, first appeared in and on the cover of Action Comics number 252 in 1959. Supergirl was created by writer Otto Binder and designed by artist Al Plastino. The reaction to Supergirl's first appearance was tremendous, with thousands of positive letters pouring into DC Comics. Supergirl was created as a female counterpart to Superman and shares his superpowers. Supergirl, like her cousin Superman, is a Kryptonian. In 1969, Supergirl's adventures became the lead feature in Adventure Comics, and in 1972 she got her own series, which ran until 1974, followed in 1982 by another series that ran until 1984. Because of changing editorial policy at DC Comics, Supergirl was initially killed off in the year 1985 limited series Crisis on Infinite Earths. DC Comics subsequently rebooted the continuity of the DC Comics universe, but with Superman as the sole survivor of Krypton's destruction. After the conclusion of Crisis on Infinite Earths, several different characters written as having no family relationship to Superman assumed the role of Supergirl. After the cancellation of the third Supergirl comic book series, which was from 1996 to 2003, and starred the Matrix Linda Danvers version of Supergirl, a modern version of Kara Zor-El was reintroduced in 2004 in the Supergirl from Krypton story and Superman Batman number 8. This modern version of Supergirl has starred in her own series and other comic books. Supergirl has had more than one origin story. What follows is one of them. Supergirl is a survivor of Argo City, which had survived the explosion of the planet Krypton and drifted through space. The city had been covered by a plastic dome for weather moderation devised by Zor-El, a climatologist and engineer, and also the younger brother of Superman's father, Jor-El. The dome held together a large chunk of landmass under the city as it drifted through space in the general direction of our Earth's solar system. However, the bottommost layers of bedrock were affected by the explosion of Krypton and slowly and steadily turned into green kryptonite, which can kill Kryptonians. Using raw deposits and refined materials at hand, the residents of Argo City laid down a ground shield of lead foil to protect them from the developing kryptonite. Jor-El created a makeshift propulsion system to try to accelerate the city's approach to the solar system. During the roughly 30 years Argo City traveled through space, Jor-El met and married Allura, daughter of Inzi, who then gave birth to their daughter Kara, who was blonde like her parents, and later becomes Supergirl. Before the propulsion system was able to steer the city towards Earth, a deranged citizen named Jarem, who was suffering from survival guilt, damaged the exhaust, veering Argo towards a swarm of meteors that crashed into the underside of the landmass on which it rested. As the inhabitants of Argo were being killed by the green kryptonite radiation that was being released by meteorites shredding the lead barrier, the adolescent Kara was sent to Earth in a rocket to be raised by her cousin Kal-El, also known as Clark Kent and as Superman. To ensure that she would be recognized by Superman, Kara's parents gave her a uniform that was similar to Superman's uniform. On Earth, Kara gains powers identical to those of Superman and adopts the secret identity of Linda Lee, a resident of Midvale Orphanage. She conceals her blonde hair beneath a brunette wig and functions as Supergirl only in secret, at Superman's request, until she can gain sufficient control of her powers and the wisdom to use them properly. Later, she is both adopted and known as Linda Lee Danvers. She attends Midvale High School, graduates from Stanhope College, changes careers several times, holding jobs in student counseling, news reporting, and acting in a TV soap opera. Kara has many boyfriends, but places her super activities first. Supergirl's secret identity is a closely held secret, known only to Superman, her foster parents, and the Legion of Superheroes, of which she is a member for a time. Power Girl made her first appearance in and on the cover of All-Star Comics number 58, cover dated February 1976. Power Girl was created by writer Jerry Conway, artist Rick Estrada, and artist Wally Wood. Power Girl is also known as Kara Zor-El and Karen Starr and Paige Stetler. Power Girl is the cousin of Superman, but from an alternative universe called Earth 2, in the fictional multiverse in which DC Comics stories are set. Power Girl has been affiliated with multiple superhero teams, including the Justice Society of America and the Justice League of America. Power Girl has also appeared with a lot of other superheroes, including Terra, the Huntress, and Harley Quinn. Power Girl once was from Earth 2, which was first envisioned as the home of DC's wartime heroes, as published in 1940s comic books. However, Power Girl becomes stranded in the main universe where DC stories are set and becomes acquainted with that world's Superman and her own counterpart, Supergirl. Power Girl, like Supergirl, is the daughter of Superman's aunt and uncle, and a Kryptonian like Superman. Like Superman's parents, Power Girl's parents placed her on a rocket to escape the destruction of Krypton. Unlike Superman, Power Girl's rocket took much longer to reach Earth too, resulting in her appearing grown up when she arrives. Power Girl's rocket was designed to keep her in stasis during the journey and to provide her with life experiences and education in the form of virtual reality. Power Girl has all of the classic powers of Kryptonians on Earth: super strength, flight, super speed, invulnerability, X-ray, telescopic, microscopic, and heat vision, freeze breath, and super hearing. Additionally, Power Girl has shown enhanced memorization, intelligence, and computational abilities. Since Power Girl is from pre-crisis Earth 2, kryptonite has no effect on her, but she is still vulnerable to magic. Also, Power Girl can live longer than regular humans, remaining at her prime as long as she lives under the exposure of a yellow sun like the Earth's sun. Although Power Girl's story varies over time, she finds herself on the current Earth of the DC Universe with a significantly different identity from Supergirl. Biologically, Power Girl is the same as Supergirl, but behaves as an older and more aggressive person. Also, Power Girl is typically portrayed with a much bigger chest than Supergirl. This reportedly started off as a successful attempt by artist Wally Wood to find out how long he could keep increasing the size of Power Girl's chest until it was noticed. It was noticed, and it stopped. However, subsequently, it appears some later artists continued the increasing size trend. The cutout and the size of her chest give Power Girl the power to distract people. Starfire debuted in a preview story inserted within DC Comics Presents number 26, cover dated October 1980, although she did not appear on the cover, and was created by Marv Wolfman and George Perez. In designing the character, artist George Perez figured that Starfire was a red Sonja in outer space, and based on a suggestion from Joe Orlando about her having longer hair, George gave Starfire her very long hair. What follows is her origin story, but please note that it does change over time. Starfire is Princess Coriander of the planet Tamaran in the Vega system, and was in line to rule the planet as queen. However, she has an older sister, Commander, also known as Blackfire, who as an infant had a disease that took away her ability to harness solar energy and fly, and thus made her ineligible to become the queen. Blackfire had a negative reaction to this situation. The sisters were sent for warrior training with the warlords of Okara. During a sparring exercise, Blackfire attempted to kill Starfire and was expelled and swore vengeance. Blackfire then betrayed her planet Tamaran by providing information about Tamaran's defenses to the Citadel, who conquered Tamaran. The surrender conditions included the enslavement of Starfire, and Blackfire was her master and subjected Starfire to frequent torture. Starfire killed one of her captors, and Blackfire decided to execute Starfire, but the sisters were attacked and captured by a group of sadistic alien scientists known as Scions. The Scions were attacked by Blackfire's forces, and Starfire broke free and also freed Blackfire. Blackfire attacked Starfire and had her restrained for later execution. Starfire escaped and fled to Earth, where she met the first Robin and joined his companions in forming the Teen Titans. She also found work as a professional model using the name Corey Anders. As a Tamaranian, Starfire's physiology constantly absorbs ultraviolet radiation. The radiation is converted to pure energy, allowing her to fly, including flying in space. This energy also gives her incredible superhuman strength and durability. After being experimented on by the alien scions, she gained the ability to release absorbed energy in incredibly powerful blasts called starbolts. As a Tamaranian, she can assimilate languages through physical contact with another person. She is proficient in hand-to-hand combat thanks to the training by the warlords of Okara. Also, she does not need to eat, drink, sleep, and need an atmosphere to breathe unless she is low on ultraviolet energy. More videos like this one, short and longer, can be viewed at the Comic Excitement Convention Female Superhero Hero playlist. Please like, comment, subscribe, and click the notifications bell.